Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and these are a couple of things that I noticed during my first few rounds of Conquest and Conquest Domination in Battlefield 4 Beta or Beta if I have any viewers from the UK. Alright, so firstly, my CPU was really straining at around 100% most of the time. So it isn't very well optimized at all. Frankly, it got little better after I downloaded the um, NVIDIA beta drivers, but still, it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. In fact, I had to decrease some quality here too, just to get a decent recording. Alright, now, secondly, and I got asked this several times while playing about in a few rounds, about the zoom scope on the LMG, the flip up sight. Well, how do you flip it up? You press T, the button, as you would for the laser, say. Alright, now another thing I noticed, the AK-12 assault rifle is a beast. It's seriously OP, this gun. At range, I've had a couple of range kills which as you can see later on my live stream video that I hope YouTube will render. It's been rendering it for many hours now. Uh, well, at range the AK-12 is still a boss, you know. It's an awesome gun all around, and I just feel that, it'll be the next M16A3. It'll be the next go-to gun for every noob out there. Okay, now another thing that I've had a chance to check out is the lean peek mechanic, peek from cover mechanic. Really cool this. It happens automatically as you stand at something behind cover, your gun will sort of droop sideways a tiny bit, and then if you aim down sight, you will peek out from said cover. You can also peek above horizontal cover. If you would, crouch first behind it, then you will see your gun sort of upturn a little bit, and that's your cue to press. By pressing aim down sight, you will peek up from the cover. Now, another thing that Conquest Domination has going for it, and actually in Conquest 64, Conquest Large, is the various switches and things you can do with the map. Like for example, the container doors, which so far as I've seen are only available on Conquest Domination, that you can open and close. Now these come in extremely handy when you are being shot at and you need to reload or just flank someone quietly, A very nice touch this. You can also toggle the switch on metal blinds on the windows. These things are great for not letting in unwanted guests, And besides that, you have all the barricades on the bridge that you can lower, and of course the elevators. Um, Also, there are various things going on. You have the blinds inside the buildings, obviously the elevators, as I mentioned, and even the fire extinguishers, which you can shoot. They'll explode to create a sort of a temporary cloud distraction thing. I would also like to point out right now that in Battlefield 4, the Recon class has immediate access to the portable soft lamp. So you don't even have to unlock it, Now, every launcher in Battlefield 4 has lock-on capability, even the RPG, which you start off with. Now, I would like to note that snipers are mostly lazy, good for nothing bums who provide no benefit, no support to the team. Instead, a good recon guy, I think, must use a soul flame and paint the targets whenever he can. You know, this is vital. I mean, today one of my buddies from Battlefield uh, used a soul flame on targets, and I took out a helo, a transport helo, and a boat full of people with just one shot per. Even even got a multi-kill on that boat. I'll even link Barricade's channel below, seeing as how he's such a good guy. Please show him some love. And I mean, soul flaming is a vital part of Battlefield. And now that you get so few RPG rockets to start with. Also, I'd like to mention that now, as you may have known already, uh, old vehicles they still have unlimited ammo, but they have limited ammo in the sense that ammo will run out after a few bursts. Say you are riding in a helicopter as a gunner, and you start off with, I forget what it is, but I think it's around 4 bursts of you know, gun ammo. And basically, what happens is at the end of those 4 bursts, you sit around for around a minute and wait for the agonizingly long reload to load all the ammo back in, at which time you are basically completely defenseless and you will get killed by anything, you know, even a flying speedball. So I'm not exactly sure what DICE meant to do with this, how, you know, how is it going to be balanced and whatnot, but um, I think I liked it better when helicopters and such had, you know, unlimited ammo that you didn't have to reload after every burst, after every few bursts, I should say. And by the way, this long reload time also applies to air-to-air missiles. So, well, my point is that you now have to be extremely tactical when using any sort of gun and timing it well, and basically prioritizing your targets. You know, timing it well was pretty important in Battlefield 3 because when the enemy pilot flared, then you could, in a couple of seconds, you could relock him and, you know, shoot him down. But here, the problem is that your missiles will reload so slowly you will not be shooting down anyone. So timing becomes even more of a factor. And by prioritizing targets, I mean, if you have incoming armor, you do well to spend those rockets on said armor. And, you know, not a few rooftop campers, you know. Let them just finish drinking their hot cocoa, do another run, and return to blow some shit up later. So, you know, you have to prioritize enemy choppers first, then armor, then campers and infantry. And another thing about attack helicopters is their missiles reload really slowly and they regenerate health really quickly. So this basically means that if you don't have a gunner and you are fighting another chopper without a gunner, the fight can basically last for weeks because, you know, everything is so evenly matched between you two. Both helicopters will shrug off the first missile fired, you know, using flares. The second one will most likely hit, but the damage it does will regenerate just in a couple of seconds, so very, very quickly. So by the time the next missile is ready and reloaded, you know, he will be at full health again and you're just going to go in circles. Something else about the new helicopters that I've noticed is that they handle a lot easier, especially when you put on the gyro stabilizer unlock. The controls are very, very light, more so than in Battlefield 3. You can change directions very quickly. Flying just becomes way better, especially when you're talking about such tight spaces as in Siege of Shanghai, where you're basically ducking between the buildings all the time. And by the way, ducking in between the buildings is a very good way to shake off a missile, because when a missile is coming straight at you and you are behind the building, the missile is stupid. It will go right into the building, it will not go around it. So, you can use the buildings to your advantage. Now, another thing about vehicles in Battlefield 4 is that it has several more damage layers than in Battlefield 3. So there's not just disabled and on fire like before we had in Battlefield 3. No, there's vehicle hit, which is a regular hit, immobilized, and critical hit. Now the thing is that most of these damages will regenerate pretty quickly, and the important thing is just to keep your wits about you and not just jump out and abandon the vehicle once it is hit. A critical hit, for example, will regenerate very, very quickly. And this goes for choppers as well. I mean, in Battlefield 4, as long as you are still mobile, uh, which was not the case in Battlefield 3, and as long as you are not immobilized, even if your health is at 1%, you are still mobile. Now, I've had a few of these low health uh, damages happen to me on the LAV in Battlefield 4. And the thing is, now the vehicle health will regenerate even from 1%. So, you just need to find a quiet spot, and if you are not immobilized, and no one is actually actively shooting at you, then you just regenerate and get back in battle. Oh, and another thing, real quickly, I forgot to mention. Several people asked me, how do you dive below the water surface in Battlefield 4? Well, you press the button for prone, which for me is X, but it's probably something different for you. So, and then you press the button for prone again to resurface, or you just try to swim up, because it is possible to drown in Battlefield 4, obviously, to run out of air, and then you'd be dead pretty quick. Um, Also, another cool thing about Battlefield 4 is that they have not one, not two, but three colorblind modes, which, even if you are not colorblind, might come in handy. I mean, most of the time, most of the people who played Battlefield 4, I mean Battlefield 3, used colorblind mode, all the time anyway, because it's high contrast and people think it obviously looks a bit better, draws your attention better. Now, another thing that I've noticed, and this has been mentioned in the Levolution trailers a couple of times, if that one of the distractions is a car, you can turn any car into a distraction by shooting it or stepping onto it. Then its anti-theft alarm will go off and presto, instant distraction. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, share this video, and check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.